We have seen the last sessions, the current assets and current liabilities, and this session we are going to see the operating cycle. Please watch with me carefully, and for any doubts, you can always write to me where you want more, etc. Tell your friends also, subscribe to my channel also. Let us start this session now. Now, the operating cycle we are going to see in this operating cycle. So, operating cycle nothing but a cash to cash cycle where each business should understand is operating cycle. So it all depends on the nature of business. So nature of business will decide the operating cycle. For example, Hotelwala, so moment he brings a dosa, cash comes. Or what is required is only a few bucks to keep the vegetables and provisions, some lakhs, and that's all. And then moment he comes, cash comes back, and again he can rotate. So that is the thing. Whereas in the case of textile mills, from cotton with the seed, the machine is taking out the seed, and the cotton comes, and then the thread comes, and the thread again go to a lot of spindles, and then comes at a fine thread. After fine thread, they go for the weaving, they make a shirts and dyeing. So process the dyeing, color dyeing, etc. And that is the cloth is coming out. Okay, it takes a lot of time. So now the operating cycle will be more than the hotel. So operating cycle for the service industry will be depending upon your processing time. Supposing you are running a what you call a lodge, if you have the room, then money comes back again. Cash comes. It's no time. If it's not occupied, then the money will not come back. The operating cycle depending upon the how many rooms are occupied, and how you rotate, how you replace, keep the things in order, etc. So it's all depends on the nature of activity. So nature of activity will decide the processing time. If processing time is short, working capital is short. Processing time is more, working capital, operating cycle will be more. Operating cycle is more, then there will be more working capital requirements, and it will be more costly also and more expensive also. But thing is, business permits, business wants it, that time you have to do it also. So depending upon the operating length of operating cycle, each business has its own operating cycle. You should try to understand what is your operating cycle. It is nothing but where gas goes, how it comes back, when it comes back. Okay, now all these things you must know the nitty gritty of your whole activity, so that you can have a control over each stage of your operating cycle. Let us say now you are manufacturing jute bag. Let us say raw jute coming. Supposing a raw jute is coming from Bengal, then it takes. Let us assume that it takes 60 days. 60 days. So you pump in your own money from bank's money, buy the stocks. Okay, buy the stock. Give the place to order stocks from the producers of jute from West Bengal. If it's a cardi board, just take 2-3 days. Then let us say 60 days it takes. At times 60 days. So when you take 60 days, you have to take to reach there. Then 60 days of consumption. 60 days the bundle of raw jute required for converting into bag. You have to keep it always in the stock. You have to always in the godown. So 60 days. So as in when the finished products are going out from the factory, then you will go on releasing the stock and sending it to the factory. Factory is manufacturing the products. So by the time it reaches a certain level, that's called reorder level. I'll tell you later on. Then you have to place orders. So they again goods come. By the time the goods come, then you cannot keep the machine idle. You cannot stop producing, because you are having a certain level of sales. You are targeting a certain level of production, so that the required profit, required cash flow is coming out of the total sales, out of total production projected. So you have to run one shift or two shifts, and you have to run for 360 days, etc. And all these things you would have planned. So accordingly, you have to do it. So what suppose 60 days consumption, 60 days stock have to be kept in the godown, so that production goes smoothly. So that 60 days stock is be funded by somebody, maybe you or maybe bank also. Okay, so this your working capital, your money is blocked in the 60 days. Okay, this is the first stage, first operating cycle. First stage is 60 days. Then again the goods is coming from the godown to the factory. Then it will take 20 days processing time. They will cutting and just stitching and all those things. If it's other product, you will add some chemicals and all the things depending upon your nature of activity. So it takes time, and then 20 days stock is held up in this. So 20 days processing time. So money is again blocked in this 20 days. Your capital is blocked in 20 days. 20 days, your stock is under process. It just goes to the process. It goes to one section. They will cutting there. Other section is stitching there. Then other stage is giving the color also to the bag, and they are printing it. All these things will come. It will take 20 days. So 20 days again, the stock is blocked. Your money is blocked in this 20 days because stock is already being held here. So after 20 days, it is coming. So first stage 60, second stage is 20, and third stage is when if you have finished product is coming out, you will not be selling the entire product, so immediately, because you have to depending upon the order, you have to execute the dispatch goods. So at least and again unforeseen demand, the customers sometimes they want more. Also, you should be able to say we cannot say no to them. You cannot say no to them because then again the stock out cost will come. Stock out cost means I am telling you that it's a big cost because customers will try to leave you once for all. You lose the business also. Biggest stock out cost is losing the business. So you have to keep some stocks here 25 days. 20 days of production, let us say 3,000 bags are being kept in a godown anytime because to meet any exigency, to meet any unforeseen orders. Not only that, some existing orders you have to keep on obliging by sending by dispatch one by one. Some orders will due for 10 days, some orders will due for 50 day, like that. So you go on. So you always keep this 25 days. So again also your money is blocked because again all the 25 days production money you used in the finished products will be blocked in this also. Then the customer will not pay immediately. Suppose you are giving on credit basis, the customer will give after some time. They are as agreed upon. Let us say this is 25 days. Again, you are selling it to your customers who wants to pay after 15 days. So after 15 days only, the cash comes. So this is the entire gamut. The entire thing is called operating cycle. Everything is called operating cycle. You must understand this. So each business has its own operating cycle. You must understand this cash to cash cycle. This is what I told you. Cash to cash cycle. So it takes one, let us say, what is the length of this operating cycle? For example, this is 60, 20, 25, 15, 120 days. Okay. So how many operating cycle in a year? 360 days, 365 divided by 120 is 3 operating cycle. But supposing you efficiently manage this operating cycle length, you correctly order it without wasting any time, without keeping the machine idle, without keeping the workers idle, everything is coming in time, all things then you may reduce to even 122, you may reduce even 90 days. 90 days means how many operating cycle? 4. So when operating cycle is 3, some certain level of sales will be achieved. If operating cycle is 4, sales will be more. So it depends upon your managing the operating cycle. So it is called compression of operating cycle. I will deal separately on this because very important, because to have a success, you should try to have operating cycle duly, efficiently managed by you, so the length of operating cycle is not elongated, is not extended, is reduced, compressed, so that you can have more operating cycle in a year, more sales, more profit, more than that, more customer satisfaction. So I will deal separately in this, but you got the point. So each business has its own operating cycle. Try to understand this so that you can be successful. Okay. I hope you got the point from me. Operating cycle, depending upon the nature of business, from business to business, it differs. Even from, say, in the similar industry, it differs from one company to another company because it all depends how you manage efficiently. Okay. I hope you got the point from me. Till such time, we'll meet. All the best to you. Take care. Thank you.